Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing the new Glowish by Huda Beauty skin tint, as well as the Soft Radiance bronzing powder. Now the skin tint retails for $37 US, and you can find it in 13 different shades. I grabbed the shade Light 03 to test out today. Since it is a skin tint, you don't need such a wide range of shades because one can cover like 3 or 4 different skin tones. This is going to provide light coverage and a dewy, radiant finish. You can either use this by itself, which is what I plan on doing today, or you can mix it into your favorite foundation for that like boost of luminosity. It is vegan, cruelty-free, fragrance-free, and comes in recyclable packaging. Now the bronzing powder retails for $31 US, and you can find it in 5 different shades. I grabbed the shade medium 2 for today. Now this is a non-drying powder that's going to provide a velvety finish, and it's going to give us that tan look with subtle luminosity. This too is vegan, cruelty-free, and it also comes in recyclable packaging. So let's see what this one looks like. All right. So that is what this shade looks like. Again, this is Light 03. Which will work just fine. All right, so let me start off by color correcting really quickly, just taking a little bit of my Super Luminous Under Eye Genius Corrector from Beauty Pie in the shade Medium Deep, and just applying a very light, thin layer. Just want to brighten the under eye area just a little bit before going in with the skin tint. Now I also purchased a couple of brushes that also launched with these two products. This is the, what is this called? The Airbrush Finish Complexion Brush. Looks like this. And this is what you're gonna use for the skin tint. And this is the All Over Bronze Bronzer Brush, which is what you're going to use for the bronzer. I love this shape. It feels really soft. You can really get into the temple area and then just bring it down for that like bronze look. Blend it up, bring it down if you want. I really like it. All right, so I'm gonna start off with one pump. I'm gonna apply it onto half of my face, and then that way you guys can get a comparison as far as like what my skin looks like with the skin tint and what my skin looks like without it. Let's see what this looks like. All right, so definitely radiant, right? Looks nice and hydrated and super dewy. Let's get some on the forehead here. All right, so that looks, it looks really nice. It looks nice, healthy, very light coverage, but no surprise there. It is a skin tint, not a foundation. I really like how it's evening everything out though. So even though it is providing us with very little coverage, it's enough to make everything look nice, bright, even, and dewy. I really like the way my skin looks with this. All right, so before I finish the rest of my face, let me zoom you guys in so that you can get a good look at the before and the after. All right, so this is my skin without the skin tint. And this is the side with the one layer of the skin tint. See what I mean? Everything just evened out, and it gives you a really beautiful, like hydrated look. All right, so let's finish this up. All right, so there it is. This is what the skin looks like. I really like it because it's like my skin, but just slightly enhanced. So this isn't something that's going to completely cover up the skin. It's not something that's meant to. It's something that's really truly meant to just enhance your skin and the way that it looks. So next I'm gonna apply a little bit of concealer underneath the eyes. I'm gonna set that with a little bit of powder, and I'll be back for the bronzer. All right, I am back. I applied a little bit of concealer, a lot less than I usually would because I didn't want the under eye area to look too completely concealed since the rest of my face is pretty natural looking, you know what I mean? I just thought it might look weird if it was like really full coverage and then pretty much not a whole lot of coverage everywhere else. So anyway, I applied a little bit of the concealer there, and I also applied a little bit of the contour shade from the Major Sculpt Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo from Patrick Ta. This one's in the shade She's Sculpted, which is like medium. So I just applied a little bit of that here and here. And now I'm gonna do the bronzer. I really have been loving this, by the way. Like, this has been my go-to bronzer contour. I took it with me to Colorado. It's been in my like top drawer for a while now since I purchased it. It's really, really good. All right, so this is what the shade medium 2 looks like. I like it. I like it. Let's apply a little bit of it. So grabbing some of this with the bronzing brush here. I like this brush. I like when they have like the duo fibers because it allows for the brush to pick some product up, but not a ton of it. So then that way you can gradually build up the product if you want, and you don't go too heavy too fast. Like, there's really no way that you can apply too much right on the first try. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. So it just allows you to gradually build it up rather than just, there's a ton of bronzer. So I'm taking a little bit of that, and how am I gonna do this? I like the brush shape, but I'm not really sure how to place it. Oh, I think like that. All right, so this is the side with a very subtle tan now, and this is the side without it. I really like the way that it warms up the face. It's warming it up, but without looking like too much bronzer, like you just kind of went crazy. It's very subtle, and it looks really nice. Now let's do the other side. All right, so there it is on the face. Really like the way that it looks. Everything's subtle. Everything's subtle. Everything looks a lot more natural. Everything looks a lot more toned down. Obviously not right here because I applied the full coverage concealer and I have a lot going on the lid. Today was one of those days where I sat down and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do something subtle. And then I ended up with this. But you know, I do that a lot anyway. Everything looks good. Everything looks really good. So let me finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back, makeup is done, ready to continue on with my day. Getting a late start today. I usually don't start this late, but it's 12:50. I am gonna be wearing this all day long, and of course I'll be coming back and checking in with you guys at around, in like 4 hours. So like 5 o'clock, something like that. And you'll get to see this under natural lighting. I really like the way that it looks. As far as my skin, I do get a little oily here along the T-zone, but I'm pretty normal everywhere else. So I'll see how this wears. Obviously this isn't a matte foundation. It already looks pretty radiant, pretty dewy along the forehead. But I'm more so gonna be looking at whether or not this settles in between fine lines or if it moves around in any way. It's very light in coverage, so any kind of movement might not be so noticeable, but settling will definitely be noticeable. And if a product is going to settle in between my lines, it's usually right here along my frown lines here on the forehead, my little 11. Sometimes products can separate there, or they're very noticeable, like even though it is like a skin tint or very like light coverage foundation, you can see it. I can see it right there. And of course here along my smile lines. The skin tint is not set in any way. And yeah, this is what it looks like. So far, I really like it. I like the way that it looks, but we'll see how it looks in a few hours. So I'll see you back here in like 4 hours for my midday check-in. All right, I am back for my midday check-in. It is currently 4:45, which means that I've had this on for almost a solid 4 hours. This is what it looks like. Still really nice and radiant and dewy. And I still love the way that my skin looks with this. The only thing that I just noticed while looking at myself up close is that, did settle into my smile lines there just a little bit. And I think that it kind of separated right here along the frown lines just a tiny bit. So I'm gonna blend this away since it's an easy fix. Like, this truly is an easy fix. Is it annoying? Absolutely. I hate when foundation just settles here. It drives me crazy, but it's an easy fix. All right. Much better. Much better. Still looks good. I feel like my skin still looks really hydrated, really just, healthy, healthy glow going on. So I'm still okay with that. That was a little annoying, but you know, I was able to blend it away. Now we're looking okay, so we'll just keep rolling with it. I'm gonna continue to wear this for about another 4 hours before I call it a day, so I will see you guys back here in 4 more hours for my final check-in. All right, so I am back. Time for my final check-in. It is currently 8:15, so I've had this on for a little... I'm a little shy of 8 hours. I've had it on for a full like 7.5, something like that. But I figured, you know what, like an extra 30 minutes really isn't gonna make a difference. Now, before I get into what I think about this new skin tint and of course the bronzer, I'm going to zoom you guys in one last time so that you can get a good look around the face after 7 hours of wear. All right, so this is the left side of my face after using this all day. Here is the right side. Looks pretty much the same way the left side did, really. My forehead, super, super dewy, very dewy, as you can clearly see. But after I blended out the little spots that were settling into my little 11 here, it didn't do it again. Looks pretty good. And here's the situation around the mouth. Right there. All right, so we're gonna start off with the easy one, the bronzer. I love it. I really love it. I like the warmth that it brings to the face, but without overdoing it. It's very, very subtle, and it does add that like little tan, like a little bit of a tan onto the skin. So it makes you look really nice and bronzy. For the summer, I think this is gonna be great. Now let's talk about the skin tint. I absolutely enjoyed wearing this. I really did. The only issue, the only thing that I ran into, the only hiccup was here along the smile lines, and of course here along my little 11 here in the middle of my forehead. That's the only thing that I noticed that I was not very excited about, but it was an easy fix. Next time, perhaps I won't apply as much right here because it's not like I'm really trying to cover anything up. I shouldn't expect that. We should not expect that with this one right here. It is very light coverage, but I love what it does to the skin. I did catch myself staring at my skin a little bit extra today because it does give you that really lovely, dewy, radiant, healthy glow, but without feeling heavy, like too much, slippery, slick, tacky. It really does not feel that way at all. I did not set the skin tint anywhere along the face. I only set my concealer, which is right down here, but everywhere else, I did not set. I did not set anywhere along the face other than like right here, like I said, for my concealer. So it really gives you that beautiful, healthy glow. It enhances the look of your skin. It makes everything look really nice and even, but without covering up. So it's like your skin, but better. It really is. It's like a slight filter on the skin. It really makes it look nice and healthy. I just love everything about it. I also love the fact that we do have the option to just add a little bit of this to our other foundations in order to make them a little bit more radiant or a little bit more dewy, especially for a summertime look, right? We all want that nice bronzy glow, or at least a lot of us do. I know I like it. I've really been into it lately. So I like looking dewy. I just don't like feeling dewy. That's my main thing. This one was not heavy at all. Very comfortable, light coverage, but it looks great. It really does look good on the skin. So that completes today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this video review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future reviews. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye.